Hi, everybody. My name is Miles Wallace, and I'm with Peak Performers. We're a nonprofit staffing and recruiting agency that helps professionals with disabilities find jobs and advance their careers. And we also help clients find great talent as well. I'm joined today by Nick. And Nick, would you mind introducing yourself, sir?
Hi, my name is Nick Bergen. I am a manager of disability inclusion here at Peak Performers, and really excited to talk with Miles today about employee wellness and specifically loneliness.
And jumping right into that, if you don't mind me asking, how are you doing today? And do you ever feel lonely at work, Nick?
I'm doing well, and I do feel loneliness on occasion. I've been working remotely for approximately 8 years now, and it definitely changed obviously the way that I work and interact with my coworkers, and I think that's a part of it. I no longer have my daily face-to-face social interactions that I used to have. Walking in the morning, having a cup of coffee with everybody. How was your weekend? Those types of things have very much waned. Peak's great about it. We do have a lot of personal time and interaction via Zoom or Teams or whatever platform, but I definitely do have some streaks of loneliness, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I do work from home alone.
Well, I can't imagine that you're alone in this regard either. Tell me how many people this affects.
So, you know, most recent statistics say 36% of all Americans exhibit or feel some sort of loneliness on a regular basis. 61% of young adults feel loneliness regularly. 51% of mothers with small children. For the CDC, 63% of young adults have significant symptoms of depression and anxiety, and it's very closely tied to loneliness. So these statistics have drastically increased after 2014 with the real strong advent of the smartphone reaching 50%. And then on top of that, the COVID lockdowns, the hybrid and remote work schedule becoming more of a regular basis exacerbated the loneliness statistics.
Now, I can imagine as a business, I'd be hearing this and I'd be thinking to myself, well, that's really too bad. And I'm so sorry that that's happening right now. But what does this have to do with me, right? It's all about work, it's all about productivity, and it's all about dollars and cents. So, why should I care as a business about the socialization of my employees?
Yeah, I think employee engagement is drastically affected by loneliness. Employee effectiveness and efficiency as well. If somebody is lonely and they're becoming depressed and having anxiety, you're not going to get that same level of production out of that individual. Not only that, I think a company's culture is based on not only job satisfaction, but if you want to say that you've got a good culture, a lot of times it has to do with how well people like their coworkers. Do they enjoy coming into work or enjoy having conversations and calls with people? So I think from a standpoint, if you want to look at it from dollars and cents, your employee engagement and your employees' mental health should be extremely important to you if you want to get the most out of that particular employee.
So it's really important for us to shift gears in the way that we look at social interactions because you may see people standing around the proverbial water cooler or people having discussions that are not work related on your company dime. And those conversations are important, right?
I think they're very important. I mean, to my point earlier, your company culture is people. It's not how much money you're making. Your company culture is why do people want to come into work? Why do they stay working for you? And a lot of times that's going to have to do with people and social interaction. And somebody's feeling lonely, they're not getting that social interaction that they need to be a fulfilled individual. And I think that's going to be a key thing to pay attention to if you want to keep your employees happy and keep them working well.
And so you got me on board now. I'm a CEO and I want to increase the interactions that are happening within my organization and increase the socialization. So, what kinds of things can I do to address this?
I think having a robust employee wellness program that not only includes, I know fitness is a very very big thing in a lot of employee wellness programs, but I think measuring loneliness and employee satisfaction is very very important, and doing that in an objective manner, making your workforce inclusive. I know that's kind of a buzzword, but if your employees tend to be in one particular group, say your employees mostly men between the ages of 30 and 50, and you've hired one or two females over the past couple of years, um, those females may not feel like that they have somebody there at work to relate to. So you probably need to make a concerted effort to make your company truly diverse, and that way people are going to have groups that they can identify with and really be satisfied at work and have those social interactions and feel like that they can connect with people.
You bring up a really good point. In the conversation of diversity, equity, and inclusion, sometimes the inclusion part of it kind of falls off the cliff a little bit. We think that we're doing our part as the employers just to hire people, but a lot of times we may experience situations of tokenship, whether that tokenship is you are the only Black person at work, or you are the only person with a disability at work,
Right.
or the only person with a visible disability at work, or the only woman at work. There's lots of different examples of tokenship. And while we can often find relationships with diverse and people who are different than us, sometimes it is helpful to make sure that you're not just hiring one person representative of a group.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you need to make a real effort to make sure that you're not subconsciously hiring people that are just like the people that are already there because you think they fit the culture.
Well, thanks so much for joining me, Nick. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Again, this has been Miles Wallace and Nick Bergen from Peak Performers. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.